Welcome to all of you. Today we start with a guided meditation, which I call a deep sense of serenity. You can stay seated wherever you are in a comfortable way, relaxed position, and you can keep your eyes closed. Welcome to this moment. And as you open to this moment, you can bring gently your attention towards the breath. Notice the breath that comes in and goes out. And how naturally your stomach and your rib cage expands as your breath goes in, and now it contracts as your breath goes out. And while you're breathing, see how you're becoming more present, more aware, and start to notice how your body feels when you are present. Breathing is happening spontaneously in an easy, flowing, natural way. And you just silently watch it. Watch your breath come in and go out. And as this flow happens so naturally, you can also sense a taste of serenity that is happening spontaneously as well. It's a kind of sense of soft contentment that has no real cause, no reason to be. It is just effortlessly happening all by itself. It's a kind of feeling of being home, of having no worries, of resting in silence. And there is nothing you need to force. There are no conditions here, no reasons, no demands. And here, where the heart opens and only silence is, there is the essential realization that nothing is. There is only one consciousness, all else is illusion, imagination. There is only one consciousness, and its fragrance is a deep sense of contentment, a lake of tranquility. Every thought, every sensation, emotion that appears to happen is part of this deep, soft serenity. And we are that serenity. But there is no we, there is only one. And this one has many faces, like gratefulness, love, beauty, compassion. But it is only one. And we are not who we thought we were. What we have called myself is nothing but a bundle of memories, of habits, ideas. Nothing is what I am. I am is a deep sense of serenity, a vast tranquility. And there is nothing happening, nobody here, only peacefulness. And that is what I am. I am that. And that is all. Today we are going to explore the paradox of healing. In the last courses, we have come to see that anything that we think we are not. We cannot be a form, we cannot be a name, we cannot be anything that can be described. The me that we think we were actually is just an idea, it's a false me. So then, who are you really, and who has to heal from what? The bare truth is that any treatment, any healing, you see, any transforming, any change, is just, you know, it's just the me who is doing that. It's just the me. It's an idea of the false me itself. I mean to say that any attempt to heal can only produce temporary results, because what the false me is experiencing is an idea of itself, of the false me itself. So what to do then? Our only chance is to be in what is. With what is, I mean what we think we need to heal. We stay with that and trace it back to its origin, to where it comes from. And there we surely will find that whatever we are feeling or experiencing must come from me. It comes from a sense of being me, the false me. You see, the me is like a groove on a record. It keeps on playing the same background melody over and over and over and over again. So again, I say the key thing is to be with the experience, with what is, even if it's, and especially if it's painful. So we need to penetrate in the pain, you see, follow the pain until it starts to unwind itself. You can never overcome or heal your false me. You can only be free of it by realizing it is not what you really are. So we roam around around this question: who am I? What is this false me? A belief, a concept, an idea, a conclusion. The consciousness of pure I am identifies with this idea. And this idea, this belief, this false me is the organizer, is the driver of all our chains of thoughts, emotions, fantasies. Is responsible for all our actions and reactions and associations and all of it. That sense of me has first appeared in a moment of our life. And it appears the first moment in which we felt separation, the sense of separation. You see, consciousness from one that is, it appears to split into two, into me. But it's just an assumption from the point of view of an infant, of a baby. It's a very deep-rooted sense of self and is the core of our psycho and emotional life. The false me is always busy in trying to find a solution to its problems, but it will be always a feeble attempt, you see, to overcome or overcompensate its own falseness. So who can be healed and from what? So the good news about all of this is that we are not our false me. Behind the false me, there is the essential being, which is I am. You see, the most ancient dilemma of human beings has always been, how can I heal? How can I feel better? How can I escape this sense of being trapped in my own psychology? But this is the false me talking out its false dilemma to try to get rid of itself. So how to heal? How to really go beyond it all? I found few steps, which I want to share with you. You see, step one is to recognize the presence of me, that sense of being me, you see. Notice it. It's a sense, it's a kind of fragrance, let's say. Notice where it rises from, where you feel it, in the chest, in the heart. And then another step is about observe it, feel it, be with it 100%, you see, and then step out of it. The key is not to try to get rid of it. Otherwise, you get in the loop, you see, it's like the thief dressed with the clothes, the uniform of a policeman who wants to catch himself. You will never catch the me. This step is very important. You have to really learn, see how to be able to step in and out of it, observe it without trying to do something about it. This is very good practice because this will increase acceptance, you see. You do it a few times, in and out the me. You have to catch that sense. And then once you have it, the most important step is to allow it to unveil itself. As you keep looking at it, you will see that it disappears. And what remains, it's I am, which is pure consciousness. And in the I am consciousness, you see, there is no illness, there is no weakness, there is no problems. And this is the fast way to allow healing to happen spontaneously. Stay in the I am and stay there. That's where miracles happen. I consider healing actually a paradox, you see, an amazing paradox. When we abide in the time consciousness, healing, it seems to be happening in a process. But when we are in the I amness, we are already healed. For me, healing has always been a great mystery. It's a kind of grace. It happens when we finally give up, you see, when we get ourselves out of the way. It's true that many people, they call healing an inner journey. I agree with that. But it's never about getting rid of what we don't want and step into some kind of perfect healed state. Because healing is not a destination, you see. It's mostly about unmasking, unveiling the images, ideas, concepts that we have about ourselves. And it is about showering, you see, our wounds with love and awareness. And healing is about authenticity, it's about honesty, being honest with ourselves. We monitor, we check our thoughts. We are aware of our thoughts. With curious interest, we monitor our thoughts in full acceptance of whatever might emerge. In an attitude of welcoming, inviting what is hidden to come to the surface, and let it be healed by the sun of consciousness. There is a lovely formula. You see that if you want to have a formula for healing, for spontaneous healing. So it's about let it arise and unfold itself, observe and be with it, and allow it to disappear. So whatever is there, it arises, it unfolds itself, and you just stay there. You observe it, you stay with it. Spontaneous healing is about set aside any personal history, any personal story, and step back into simplicity. It's about trust. You see, trust the body in its mysteries, and be ready to let go. And remember something very important. You see, notice how the pain is melting away, whatever is pain, okay? It's melting away. And now we are enjoying a feeling of ease. Notice when the heavy feelings are not present any longer. This is very important to remember too, when we feel good. So, my dear friends, well, we're dealing here, it's about consciousness. Consciousness is all there is, and these bodies are made of consciousness. These bodies, they possess an innate intelligence that includes miraculous healing power. So staying quiet is the golden rule, the golden key. And this is what meditation is. Meditation is the supreme medicine. Being awake is really the ultimate healing. Silent attention, you see, silent awareness is the gateway to physical and mental healing. Healing has to be totally natural. because miracles happen. You expect them because they do happen also to you. So many times in my life, I have gone into distress, and that caused some injury, physical or whatever. The cause of sickness are different, are many, few, yeah. But my remedy has always been the same. It's always been, don't touch what appears because it soon disappears, because it's not true, it's not real. I'm aware how extreme this can be for the one of you who are going through some process of pain, some kind of pain, physical, mental, whatever, spiritual, whatever. But remember, what you really are has no problem. I remember once I was in India with my master Papaji, and we went for a pilgrimage in the Himalayas, and we were a few of us, and we went up to the Valley of Gods, and we wanted to not climb, but go with a jeep on top of a mountain that is, there is a pass, it's called the Rotten Path. It was beautiful. We were laughing all the way. But then something happened, because we wanted to cross this path. When we reached the top, we wanted to cross, and we could not bring Papaji on the other side because it was not safe. So I came up, we were four of us. I came up and I wanted to hire some donkeys. There was this, this arrogance in me that I could take my master on a donkey and let him cross that arduous small path, and with an abyss underneath. There was a tent with these villagers. It's not a village there, it's just a tent. It's a family, actually, family affair. There was this woman that she offered us chai, tea, and some other stuff, yeah. And also they were renting coats. And Papaji did not want anything. He just had a longi, this kind of very, very thin longi and a t-shirt. And we rented these big coats, it was so cold, 4,000 meters, it's quite cold. Papaji didn't touch any chai, and we drank. And I took a donkey and I climbed on it, and I said, look, Papaji, it's easy. You can also do it, and we can cross. Well, that didn't happen the way I thought. He did not listen to me, Papaji, fortunately. So anyway, we came down, and then we went back to Papaji's house in Lucknow. And my skin and my energy start to be less and less and less and less, and my skin start to be yellow. And I got jaundice. I got sick in Papaji's house. It was the most terrible thing to get sick in his house. And Papaji, laughing, he said to me, well, you went on the donkey. So I was really weak, my dear friends. I'd never been so weak my whole life. So that day I slept, I stayed in the room and slept, and in the night I slept. And then in the morning, Papaji went to satsang with the other people. And I was lying in bed, really, 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 really deeply weak. So there has been a moment in which I felt so deeply weak. I can't describe, I was lying there and I couldn't move. I couldn't even open my eyes. And I was really feeling very sick. And Papaji was not there. Nobody was there. They all were in satsang. I didn't have the strength neither to take a glass of water, nothing, zero. I couldn't even open my eyes. So a thought came, I am dying. And then immediately when the thought came, I saw the energy rising up. I am dying means, oh my God, I'm dying. A kind of distress came up. You know, this thought, it really got in my throat, you see. But this happens in a fraction of a second. I'm dying, and then immediately another thought came, my God, I cannot die here in Papaji's house. And then I went really subtle, very deeply, deeply in. So deeply. Did not touch anything anymore. I was totally still, amazingly still. And I stayed there in that stillness. No thoughts, no physical sensation, no emotion, zero, total zero. And I stayed there. I was awake, maybe dead, but awake. The next thing I knew is that I felt a slap on my face. And it was Papaji who came back from satsang and he slapped my face. And there I was, alive. Papaji looked at me and he laughed and he said, "You're not yellow anymore." I was healed. Whenever you feel you're moving energetically, mentally, physically, emotionally, keep quiet, my dear friend. Don't touch. Don't move. Let it heal. Embrace it. Don't be afraid. What can happen to you? You can die. But who dies? The one who never existed. Don't be afraid of death. Don't be afraid of pain. Don't be afraid of mental, emotional storms. Stay in the love. That you are. There where miracles can happen. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.